Hi everybody, it's Julie. Welcome to Hello Monday. Today I'm making a holiday card with a watercolor effect, and I'm going to be playing with the brand new Laurel Wreath die from the Essentials by Ellen collection. I really love the organic look of this die, and I'm going to die cut from some watercolor paper, but you could also use smooth Bristol because it will accept watercolor pretty well. And I'm just going to put everything on my nonstick craft sheet here. I'm going to take some Distress ink pads and just smush those against the sheet, and then you could use an acrylic block if you wanted to, but I had it all sitting there, so I just decided to go for it. And I just added some water with the water mister there just to kind of get some puddles of color. And then I'm just going to load up my brush, rinse out with some clean water there handy nearby if I need it, and just kind of slop the color around. This is my watercolor technique. It's called slop and splash. So really technical. Now, the thing about watercolor is that it's going to dry less intense than it was when you first applied it. So I'm noticing that the Shabby Shutters is not giving me the intensity of green that I wanted, maybe because I watered it down a little too much. But I'm going to come in with some Mowed Lawn marker and just add that to the mix of colors just to kind of get a little brighter pop of green mixed in there. I'll just go ahead and continue adding and slopping the color around, and then you can go ahead and heat set it in between. Sometimes I do just to kind of see if I'm getting what I like, and then if I want to I can come back and add more color. So I'm just going to do that very quickly, and then when I'm finished I can go ahead and set it aside to air dry or go ahead and heat set it again. So now that I'm done slopping the color, we'll get that out of the way and clean up my mess really quickly. I probably should have used that for something else, but I didn't have a plan. And I'm going to take this quarter sheet of white cardstock and hold it against my base card here to kind of determine how I want to trim out that layer. I wanted to get kind of a wonky angled cut there. And now I can go ahead and take some pattern paper. This is pattern paper I've been hoarding for forever. I think it's like a 2-year-old collection and a long retired, but I liked that color and I knew it was going to work really well for this particular design. So I'm going to go ahead and mount that to the front of my base card and then set that aside. I also wanted to add a little bit of interest to this wonky panel, and I'm just going to use a method of spatter that may be great for those of you that are kind of like control freaks and you need a little bit more control with your spatter. And I just like to put the water-based color onto the acrylic block and then add a very wet paintbrush to create a puddle of color and then just flick it from the block directly onto my project. So I get a really nice fine spatter and a lot of control on where it's actually going to end up on the panel there. So now I can go ahead and mount this, and I'm going to actually mount it flush because I decided I was going to pop up the wreath. And in order to determine the layout here, I wanted to get my greeting, and I'm borrowing this greeting from the Cozy Christmas set because I thought it would look really cute. And I'm going to go ahead and use Archival Jet Black. I really wanted a high contrast going in here against the wreath. And I'm just kind of eyeballing there to determine where that needs to go and go ahead and stamp that into place. The great thing about the Archival Jet Black ink, it's a very rich, deep black, and you don't have to worry about embossing it. And then I can go ahead and mount my wreath into place. And I've already put some foam tape pieces on the back of that so I can pop it up there. And then as a finishing touch, I'm going to take some sequins, and I know I'm going to use some multi-medium to glue them down. So I'm just kind of planning where I want to put my pretty pink patch sequins, and then I'll go ahead and squirt some of that multi-medium there onto the Post-it note. And I also have a little bow I made from some black hemp cord that I love the high contrast that it gives and the accent there. And then I'm just going to take my little sequins there and just dip them into that little squirt of multi-medium I have there on the Post-it note and then put them into place. And here I was wishing I'd taken a photo with my phone so that I could remember exactly where I put things because I have such a short-term memory. I don't know, maybe it's dementia setting in. But anyway, now I've got them all glued into place and I can position them a little bit, and I just think this is a really fun, different card with a fun layout, and I love the effect of the sequins and the wreath. Thanks for watching.